for an original sound.
Hey guys, welcome to the end of Death Mark, which is in America apparently called Spirit Hunter Death Mark, but apparently everywhere else just called Death Mark. That's what people have told me. 2 months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I've spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit, and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in place of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christie'd keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance and Yasuka, Dayne, and Banshi's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to Eight Shrine. By now, my memory is completely returned, but I still can't think of myself as Musume Kujo. My memories of my past feel more like I'm reading someone else's biography. Legally, I am Musume, inherited Kujo Mansion. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I think I'll consider it a way to pay Saya back for saving me. About Musume Kujo. He became the head of the Kujo 7 years ago. Scholarly inclined and introverted, he wasn't the type to be very social. He left all public appearances to Saya Kujo, so not many knew what he looked like. The only photos of him are from small local newspapers. Musume accidentally uncovered Mary in the family warehouse 5 years ago. That discovery changed his life. I traveled intensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, they had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my effort to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says a spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujos. He either didn't know of the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disaster began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment victims and the Buddha statues, they may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Mo Watanabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, Oop Arts Monthly. She sometimes comes to Kujo Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukasa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me about how well he did in the national mock tests. Good. Satoru Mishita brought me a drink like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Was he serious? I don't know for sure. Shao Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike, and doing whatever he wants, as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joined his neighborhood baseball team. Good! Christy Aramora has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs. She's trying to get back into the industry. Good? Question mark. Suzu Morimiya was able to see her father. Lately, she started asking me for advice about how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea if I helped at all, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. Good. Ita Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual. But what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model for Suzu. Best of luck to him. I hope he does it. A day doesn't go by that I don't see Kashigawa on this TV as part of the Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drum up some courage to go to a concert for teens. Alone. At my age. Toakawa Yosuka is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believes I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she'd stop. Madoka Hiro spends her days working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she'd stop complaining to me about it. You have friends now. Congratulations. Shuji Dayne seems to be doing better now, like a weight's been lifted off his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshi Ito has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course, he comes to beg me for food. Now then. I finish my break and return to the workbench in the corner of the room. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. The ninja butsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time, to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Once everything is complete, I replace the ninja butsu inside Mary. Finally, it's over. I pick Mary up and put her in the wooden box. 5 years. This all started when I opened the lid of this box. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware of what's happening right now. But there's no doubt she'll regain her powers when the ninja butsu wears out decades from now. I've determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary. Death Mark. End. So guys, there is a second game to this series. We will be doing it a little later in the year. I quite enjoyed this. Now what I plan on doing is doing a horror game every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and doing more mature games Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now I hope you guys do continue your support because of the new setting. And if you want to request a horror game for me to either do here in a private recording or on stream, you're free to do so. I know a lot of people have been requesting I return to Summertime Saga since apparently people have stopped recording that game. I'm still not sure if I want to return to that. If I get enough of a shout, maybe I will. I do need to finish Bad Manners, which will be the next one I tackle after Breeding Farm's update. I want to completely finish. Well, you know what? I like that game, but here's a question I have for all of you while we watch the credits. Do you guys want me to continue to do games, since we have a lot of them that are continuously updating? Or do you want me to wait on a few of them until they're finished? Things such as Bad Manners, I believe, are coming toward an end soon, it looks like, or at least from what I've heard rumors of. We do have a Siri Trainer that is completely finished, so I'll be able to do that. I do want to continue to do updates of Something Unlimited, Breeding Farm, and things like that, but I do want to do more complete games like I did with Seia no Uta, because it just makes things easier to where you guys don't have to wait months. So I do want your thoughts on that. And don't forget, we do have a Patreon and things like that. Do welcome the support. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time. Is there anything at the very end? The gallery has been added to the title screen. You're able to view the game's illustrations. Data is being saved. And that's it. Once again, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you for my next delicious horror. Oh, no, and now there's more. A lot of time has passed. What did you do? I bet everyone's already clicked off the video. The muted chirping of insects gently dripped along a breeze that enters the mansion. It's cool enough to sleep through the night again. It's nearly autumn, after all. I stare out the window at the unchanging scenery without really seeing it. Clouds in the distance rumble with thunder. As if on cue, a chill wind brushes up against the window pane.
また雨か。
I comment because otherwise it feels like I'm in a dream. It's as if a stranger is speaking. I stare at the laden sky. Even though I'm resting in my chair, I feel like I'm somewhere far away. When I shift, I see out of the corner of my eye a stack of books piled on the desk. Some were pretty difficult to get my hands on, but I don't feel like reading them anymore. I could read all of them and none will give me any type of clue. That's all I've learned after all this time wasted. The longer I try, the further away it gets. That thing sleeping in the wooden box. I head downstairs to make myself some coffee. There's a sudden knock at the door. That hollow sound doesn't bring back good memories. It used to signal the arrival of a new bark bearer to the mansion. But that's in the past now. I swing the door open. Standing in front of me is...
こんにちは。
Mo Watanabe. Is now a good time, mister? Oh, if it isn't, just tell me and I'll leave you alone. Yeah, it's fine. Mo flashes a carefree smile and steps inside with a pep in her step. Just her presence makes it feel less gloomy. With a start, I realize that Mo isn't my only visitor.
お久しぶりです。
Oops, sorry. I'm sorry for coming without contacting you. Tsukasa, this is rare. Why are you here? It'd been a while since we'd met, so we talked about what happened. And obviously the topic came to you. So I told him that I visit you a lot and that he should come with me. No big deal, right? I was just getting bored. Of course I don't mind. I was just getting bored. Yeah, I figured as much. You seem the type with time on your hands. I haven't seen them both together since the mark. Mo's come by sometimes for interviews and the like for an occult magazine. But this is the first time I've seen Tsukasa Yoshida since then. I wasn't really concerned over him, but I'll admit I'm relieved to see he's alright. I'm glad to see you as well. Have you gotten the chance to relax? I have. But aren't you busy with entrance exams? Do you have time to waste doing this? Breaks are important. As an adult, you should understand that. Yeah, you're right. I glance over to see Mo staring at me. What is it? It's just, I'm working hard at my job too. You don't have anything to say? Oh, I know you are. Trust me, I know you are. You've barreled your way in here several times already. That doesn't sound very encouraging. But no way am I a match for Tsukasa. He works crazy hard. He was the first in the recent mock tests. It's only natural. After all, I have a goal. You do? I never heard him mention it. Or maybe I should say I've never expected him to say he has a goal. You have something you're trying to accomplish? My parents are lawyers, so I was just thinking of entering the judicial profession, but... Was thinking, huh? Huh, has he changed his mind then? Whoa, that's a cool dream. Jurassic... So you like dinosaurs too? Tsukasa glare is full of contempt. Not Jurassic, judicial, as in working and dealing with the law. Are you really in high school, Mo? I've never been at a loss of words before. To be honest, now I'm not sure. If possible, I'd like to ask you for your opinion, mister. Is that alright? I don't mind, but I'm kind of surprised. Who'd think Tsukasa would ask me for advice? That incident, I was wrapped up and started it. Now I know there are so many incomprehensible things in the world. I'm considering going into science in order to elucidate them. But my parents, I feel that it would be difficult to tell them. Oh, I see what's going on. It's a serious predicament. You don't seem like someone who has much in the way of work experience. But what do you think I should do? Tell them now, think it over first. Think it over first. It's difficult to say. Everything that has happened could have just shaken him up. It might be good to talk it out with his family and think on it before deciding. So that's what I tell him. I see. It's true I have time. Thank you very much. I feel a bit better now. I have no idea if my advice was really helpful or not, but Tsukasa bows politely to me. Great. You good now? Your future's bright, unlike this old guy here, so don't worry so much. That's not true. I'm sure he also has a bright... They both look at me. And nope, can't picture it. But that's what makes him approachable. He's good to vent to, at least. But there's definitely things that only he can do. Honestly, I can't think of any myself. I can make a good pot of coffee, but that's not really what they're talking about. I mean, there's that doll. Tsukasa falls silent. It seems my expression gave me away. Have you not made much progress? Nothing I can share at the moment. I've researched everything I can. Mary's true identity is as elusive as smoke. I still haven't managed to find clues. So I'm taking a bit of a break right now. I'm glossing over it. But to be honest, any sort of tension has vanished. My rest hasn't relaxed me. It's more like I'm a balloon that's lost all of its air. If I was risking my life and facing death every day, it might be different, but right now my determination to move forward that I had back is gone. Actually, I'm wondering if New Game Plus, because, spoiler, this leads to New Game Plus, if that actually ends up telling you more about Mary, or if it's just the second game that does. That's so... Sorry, I had no idea. Then it might be best for you to rest and relax a bit. How about a trip to improve your mood? You might get a good idea. I'm about to reply to that when... I don't want to see any of you! Go home! There's a knock at the door. Who could that be? Yes, who is it? Yeah, who is it? Mo calls out playfully like she lives here and skips over to answer the door.
邪魔するぞ。
The Brusque voice belongs to the ex-detective Satawi Mishita.
おいおい、なんだこのざまは。いつから託児所になったんだ。
Huh? It's Mr. Mishita. Why are you here? Did you come to see us? Mo's clearly excited, but Tsukasa is collected as he bows politely. Don't bow to him. I'm in your debt for your help back then. Still, I'm surprised you didn't think we'd be able to meet here. Mishita gives an annoyed shake of his head. I'm the one who's asking why you're here. Damn, we're going in circles now. Don't lie, I know you're happy to see us. You're always hiding your feelings. Oh, but what a huge coincidence. We have got everyone from the Hanahiko case together again. It's just gonna be everybody in here and I'm going to slowly freaking die of having to do every voice again and again. This is totally destiny. I feel conflicted seeing her innocent smile. If everyone's happy after such a horrific event, then maybe it'll fade quickly from memory. Everyone, huh? In that case, one person, no, one being is missing. He mutters as he glances at the spot in the room. It would be best to change the subject. So, why are you here? I have something to ask you first. He answers me with a question like usual. Anon, you told me that fortune teller about my office, didn't you? Does he mean Tohako Isuka? Yeah, it might have come up while I was talking to her about Mary. Why'd you have to go and do that? Now I'm drowning under investigation requests. Wait, does that mean... Are you a private eye, Mr. Mishita? Moe butts in, her eyes shining. She's not timid, I'll grant her that. Wow, I guess you're pretty good at that. Oh, if you get an interesting job, bring me along with you. Even Mishita can only blink at her innocence. And this is exactly why it's annoying. Still, when I think about it, Mishita's complaints don't make much sense. How could he be disadvantaged by my sharing his info with the Asuka, who's incredibly famous? He himself said he was drowning under requests. I only told her about my office. I only told her about your office. What's wrong with that? Getting job requests is good, isn't it? What detective why do I keep going to that voice? What detective hates too many requests? Plus, he only just started. Even if he's insanely talented, there's no way he's already overwhelmed. It depends on what request is about. The one I just got, the worst. Did he just hesitate, Mishita? It's your fault that this has happened. So, Anon? Yes. I'm going to have you help me. Help you? Wait a minute. What are we talking about here? Can't you guess based on the context? I believe he's telling you he wants your help with a detective job. Wow, can't really picture him working as a private eye, though. Now, if he were to investigate a supernatural phenomenon, that would be Huh? Wait, don't tell me. This worst request ever that you got. We all hold our breath as we stare at Mishita. Exactly, a spirit might be involved. It's a good opportunity. This is what I heard from that old fortune teller. What? No, this is totally for real, I swear. I think I saw something real bad on that Love Hotel street the other day. You heard about the Red Riding Hood girl? That rumor about people disappearing after entering the Love Hotel in K City? On rainy days, this girl stands by the road like she's trying to get customers. Anyone who goes in the hotel with her ends up missing. And there's the kicker. Eventually they're found, but their heads are so messed up they can't even remember their names. Some end up dying in the hospital, and others jump in front of trains. I totally forgot when I was walking around that night last time it rained. And there was a girl in a red raincoat there, so I thought I'd chat her up. But when I got close to her... Tell me, are you... She suddenly started whispering to me. I got real creeped out, so I bolted. No, I'm seriously glad she didn't follow me. Thinking back on it, something was odd. It was raining that hard, but she was the only one who was soaked from head to toe. Later I realized that raincoat was probably soaked with blood. And that's all I was told. I'm sorry, but I must say that sounds like a simple ghost story. The rainy day shopping district and the red raincoat. Rather suspicious. Mishita ignores Tsukasa, looking straight at me instead. It's enough to make me concerned. I'll leave the rest to you, Anon. You're coming with me. I'm bogged down with my other cases. I don't have time to spare. It's your fault that that old lady brought this to me. So you need to take responsibility. But... Come on, you can help him out a little. I'll help too. The editorial department might have some info on a case like this. And your investigation needs an assistant, right? Did you learn nothing, Miss Mo? Isn't this what put you in danger last time? Last time. Those words draw my eyes immediately to a center spot. The couch is possessed. She's not here anymore. The same thing won't happen. It can't. But somewhere deep in my heart I'm anxious. Don't work yourself up. It's more likely that it's just a lie. A bunch of it sounds like it was made up. That's why it's such a pain to have an absurd request like this brought to me. Mishita's what the hell? There's a weird light in my room. Mishita's right. It's highly likely the whole story was made up. If I had to point out anything concerning about it, it's pretty detailed for just a rumor, and it leaves the same kind of impression as rumors for real spirits. But it's better to be safer than sorry. If it does end up true, we need to act now, yeah? Okay, I'll do it. I'd hoped you'd say that. We better get No, I'm going alone. What? No way, that's not fair. I knew she'd complain, but I can't put her in harm's way. Listen, Mo, I need you to search for info. I've got no way to research these rumors, but you have access to a lot more than me. Use your position to gather information. I really hate sitting out and watching you do everything. But if that's how I can help best, then that's what I'll do this time. If you find anything out, though, tell me, okay? I promise. It's settled. Mishita takes out a notebook, rips out a page, and hands it to me. The address to the hotel. Masquerade. It's abandoned now, though. Meet there at 8 tomorrow night. 8 p.m. I have to go at a specific time. The client set the time. The old lady said she'd call in help, so it's probably a scheduling thing. I don't have to handle this alone then. Plus, this is Yosuka. I'm sure she has some kind of plan in mind. Well then, I need to get to my other cases. Mishita turns on his heels and vanishes out the front door. But he just but he's just as suddenly back. What's wrong? Weren't you leaving? Nothing, just realized it's a little late for the kids to be wandering around outside. Mashita calls out to the other two. Hey, you two! I'll drive you back, so hurry up and get in the car. Oh, is that okay? Then I'll take you up on that. I agree, it's pretty late. Sorry to trouble you. Well then, mister, we'll be going. The rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock echoes through the hall. How long has it been since those three went home? I sit and mule over what Mashita told me. I have a bad feeling about this. It's perfectly reasonable to believe it's just rumors. A normal case, even. But the more I think about it, the more I'm doubting it. I avert my eyes from the sofa. I silently ask its absent master a question. But of course, there's no way she'd reply. The next evening. This is a long one. A long exit. I get ready and leave my room with heavy steps. The clock says it's 6 on the dot. It's still early for the meeting time. I guess unconsciously I'm a little impatient. I'm already ready. There's no reason to wait here at the mansion. Guess I'll go. I'll just kill the time there if I'm early. I'll learn the truth in and out. It'll be quick. I turn the car key. My mood improves somewhat. New info added to the spirit file. Rumors of Red Hood other. I know I skipped one. What's this? We have even more! I guess we should check it out next episode, guys. See you then.